Hi, it's Hope and welcome to the video. This is just going to be me talking kind of about 2020 and how my 2020 went, the good, the bad, the ugly. I originally wanted to try to get this up for the end of 2020, but things came up and I just didn't feel like filming it, which you'll kind of figure out reasons why as I say. But I'm just going to chronologically go through 2020 and just kind of talk about the year and what this year meant to me, what happened this year, and all of that. So first, I guess we'll start off January 1st, 2020. My grandma, I'm going to call her Grandma B for reasons, so I'm not using first names or anything. So my Grandma B ended up in the hospital and then transferred to an ICU unit about an hour and a half, a little under an hour and a half. I think it's like an hour and 20 minutes away, but an hour and a half just to make the story easier. And all of that, she was in the hospital up until January 15th, so that was a lot of traveling and visiting her in the hospital and all of that. On the 15th of January, she came home. On the 17th was her 73rd birthday. On the 18th, we celebrated that, and little did we know that on January 19th, 2 days after her birthday, she would pass away. And how we found out she passed away is that we were calling her, wanting to see how she was. Didn't answer, but that's kind of like a normal thing. She'll forget to charge her phone, or will leave the phone in the living room and then go off to the bathroom and then forget to call you back. Or she lived in an apartment building, so she'd be downstairs chatting with the residents, like on all of that. So that was a normal thing, but after a few hours of no calls, me and my mom went up to her apartment. We have like a key to her apartment building. We had a key to her apartment building, so we went up to check on her and found her dead. This is going to be a very graphic thing. So that last week, the last week and a half of January was dealing with funeral plans, cleaning out her apartment. And also while cleaning our apartment, literally everyone in my family got sick. My mom, my dad, me, my aunt, my uncle, my cousin, my cousin's son, so my second cousin. We all got sick, and all of that. And then that was my January. It was full of dealing with a grandma being in the hospital and then her passing away. And so I was filled with grief. I still am. As we are approaching that time again. I'm filming this on the 2nd, so that's just mere weeks away that I'm gonna have to deal with all of that again. So I was pretty kind of scarred from that for a while. I still am. And then on February 7th, I decided to upload my first YouTube video. I had this idea to start YouTube for books at the end of 2019, so I figured it would be a way for me to distract myself, and it still is, and all of that's on February 7th. I uploaded my first YouTube video, and that is the best thing I think that came out of 2020 was me starting my YouTube channel and all of that. On February 13th, I turned 16 years old, and all of that. I can't really think of anything else that happened in February. In March, on March 2nd, we celebrated my Grandma M's birthday. She will come into play later. And then March 13th, the world kind of fucked up and all of that. Luckily, it didn't really affect me that much because I was doing online schooling as is for my mental health. No, in February. I remember something. In February, I went to see my psychiatrist for the last time. Since February, I haven't had to see him. I just remembered that. March, world kind of fucked up. A few other things happened that aren't mine to share, but they did directly affect me. Really nothing happened in April, May, June. World was fucked. And June I finished grade 9. And in July I started like officially writing my story. I had some previous things written from like 2019 and the beginning of 2020, but in July I decided that yeah, I'm going to like start actively writing it. And then in July my grandma M moved to about an hour and 45 minutes away, and the last time that I saw her was July 4th. In August, I got my tattoo, which is my grandma B's like signature for birthday cards. I don't know if you can see that, and then a rose because she loved roses. And that tattoo I will never regret. I've known since I was like 13 that when she did pass away that I was going to get a tattoo for her, because I don't know where I would be in life without her. So when she passed away, I knew I was going to get it. I just needed to save up the money. Nothing really else happened in August. Beginning of September, I started updating my story on Wattpad, which is where the story is. It's currently a little over half published as of January 2nd, 2021. Will hopefully be finished uploading in February. But on July 9th, which was my second day back at school, at the end of the school day, we got a call saying that my grandma M passed away of what we believe was a heart attack. So I lost 2 grandparents, my only 2 grandparents left, because both of my grandpas are already died. I found out on September 9th that my other grandma died, being just 10 days shy of 9 months of the first one dying. So that really threw me for a loop, and it still is. Then I can't think of anything else that happened in September. In October, I got my first job. I work at a little like a restaurant in our mall, run by a lovely couple who my parents have actually known for years, from before I was born. But just because they knew my parents doesn't mean I didn't get the job because of that. They didn't realize that my parents were my parents until after I got the job. But I work as I like do dishes and all of that. It's a simple job. I only now work a few days a week, but I can say I got a job. And during COVID, also, I got my nose pierced. One of my favorite things that I have gotten done, I think, besides my tattoo. I don't know where I was because the battery died, but I do want to add one thing that I just remembered is that in June I started Bookstagram, which I was so excited about, but I can't really think of anything else that happened in October. In October I had to celebrate Thanksgiving because I'm Canadian. We had Thanksgiving in October without both my grandmas. November, Halloween, I thought I had COVID. On November 2nd, I had to get COVID tested. Not fun. Came back negative. Like 2 weeks later, my mom thought she had COVID. She had to get tested. Came back negative. And then December with Christmas. First Christmas without both my grandmas. Christmas in quarantine, not really able to have anybody over or do anything. Overall this year has just been kind of like not being able to do much, not being able to have many people over or do anything really, so yeah. December 23rd at like 1 a.m. I finished my book. So I finished that this year. That is like one of my biggest accomplishments, is saying that like I wrote a book, and like I've yet to decide if I'm going to like go through it and edit and like heavily edit it more than it is, because it's like not super professional really. But if I want to go through and edit it and maybe try to get it published or self-publish it, I have yet to decide with that. That will be kind of a thinking for this year. But I can't really think what else. There's a lot of little things that I just feel like aren't necessary to talk about. But that was my 2020, full of ups and downs, the good, the bad, the ugly. And yeah, I'm excited for 2021 just to see where it is, where we're going. Unfortunately, 2021 will also be kind of a depressing year because currently both of my grandma's ashes are above ground. Actually, my grandma M's ashes are literally in our china cabinet in our living room, because we didn't want to put her underground until family from the US could come, but obviously borders are closed, can't happen. With Grandma B, we just didn't want to put her in the ground in winter. We were going to do it this summer. COVID, family couldn't come in because we have family from like BC that wanted to come in, which is 2 provinces away. Well, there's 1 province in between my province and BC, but you get what I'm saying. So that was just a no-no. So yeah, like 2021 is still going to be a little bit down the shithole, as my family likes to say, but hopefully it will be a lot better with, hopefully it'll just be a lot better. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Nobody really probably made it to this point. Yeah. Bye.